What's going on, people? This is Shad Harrison. This is another edition of Interviews with a Rebel. And today, we actually have my guy who's, to be quite honest, transformed my career for the better in these past 11, 12 months.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so today we have my good brother Nathaniel.
Hey.
Mr. Nate Brown.
Though you can call me Cap.
But you can call him Cap.
Yeah.
So, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good, man. I feel like I'm a man of many hats and many titles.
Many caps.
Hey, I like that, yeah.
Yeah. So for the people that don't know you, who are you and what do you do?
Well, I'm a cinematographer.
Mm-hmm.
I've been creating for at least 9 years. Actually, all my life, but behind the lens, mainly 9 years.
Okay.
You know, been taking it serious, you know, when I actually picked it up, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was going to be just playing around with it as far as like phone,
Right.
come up with ideas and stuff like that. And I realized, you know, my man invested in me on getting a camera for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, shout out to my man PTK, you know what I mean? But once he invested in me and whatnot, I felt like, you know, I should do my half for the job too, as well as learn this stuff, know this stuff. And then when I'm called on with something like this, I'd rather be ready other than getting ready. You understand? So,
all right. So let's do a quick little icebreaker, right?
Go ahead.
So I asked this question to pretty much everybody. So,
all right.
Who is a music artist that you feel like you relate to the most? That could be as far as their music, how they appear, their aesthetic in their projects, all that type of stuff. Who you feel like you relate to?
Oh, man.
I always tell people I relate most to Wale.
You do got that persona.
Yeah. I get agitated. I can be in my feelings.
Yeah.
But I can also be, you know, pretty creative too. So
Right.
For a little bit of everything.
I think the mindset that I have, because I'm an outspoken person, but I'm more conservative too as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how we can put that in the same pot, but I consider with Jay-Z.
Okay.
Meaning that I don't carry the attitude like I'm greater than you. I'd rather show it in action, because a lot of people just like, you know, like he need to be wearing a crown in the game and this, that, and so forth. I'm not claiming it. That's what he didn't do. I'm not claiming it either. But as far as the work and input that I put into and how I, you know, move in this world and whatnot, this creative world, I consider Jay.
Okay.
Sean Carter.
Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Okay, Jehovah.
With the S-Dice.
Yeah. All right, bet.
Yeah, man.
All right, so let's kind of get into your origin story. I believe everybody has an origin story, how they got started. Mm-hmm. You know, I think back to like, you know, the Wolverine origins and talking about his backstory. So what is Cap's backstory? How did you become a creative? Actually,
music.
Yeah, talk about it. You don't really talk about that much.
I really don't talk about it much. Again, conservative. You know what I'm saying? But in the same light, I've done a lot with it.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Talk about it though.
Okay, then. Let's start off. Myself and my man PTK were real close friends. From Tower to Park, diapers on up, played Nintendo on the porch and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? People can't go back that far, but they know who they are.
Yeah.
But we worked like hand in hand, man. We understand our positions in life. You know, I always consider him being the head in this, and so forth, and I was the last because I'm more of a good mover. When we worked as a team, a lot of people get kind of, you know, edgy about the relationship, due to the fact of if he said, I'm not the one that's going to hesitate not to do. You know what I mean? And he never put me in a position to lose.
Right.
But if we do experience losing, we lose. You know what I'm saying? So our mindset was always, you know, if one can do for us, we can actually do for ourselves. And those that work with us, they understand that lingo when they get out there in the field and when they work with us and whatnot. So when it came to the music, we actually initially bought our studio. Funny thing that we went to the studio, ended up learning the studio. On my behalf, I had to get like a mad scientist, understand Pro Tools and everything. So I started running the studio. So he puts me in a position, I was working on it.
Okay.
So
you was an engineer?
Yeah, I was an engineer, studio engineer. I emceed, and then I started learning how to operate the studio. So I became the engineer. I worked at KAP. Yeah. And then I ended up producing.
Okay.
And I ended up getting played on the radio and this, that, and so forth. So all those things came in factor and whatnot as far as me improving. He just showed the direction, I learned it, and then we started going.
Right.
So in the lights of everything, a couple of folks, well, quite dealer folks and whatnot, traveled with us across the nation. Our whole motto was to go out there, put our music out on the forefront in all these different cities and this, that, and so forth. We worked Virginia on that back. But again, I'm a conservative guy. I don't come back home boasting, hey, yo, ma, da, da, da.
Yeah.
When they see me on Facebook, hey, man, where you at?
Right.
That was the mindset everybody had. So I don't want to, because we went back. We went back. So to segue into the video world, we went from producing our, went from doing the studio work, and then mindset was like, you know, here's a camera. Now, it's funny, my first camera was a Sony. And no, I'm a Canon brother. My very first camera was a Sony, a real professional camera. I forgot what...
The big body joint.
Big body joint, yeah. The joint when you can't take the lens off and they got the block on the front. But I'm carrying that around like I'm carrying a big-ass C100 right now. Like a goddamn... Like it's a hand camera. I'm going all the different cities doing it and whatnot. But again, I couldn't be the rapper.
With the camera, was they asking you to like, hey, shoot videos, or was it just like, yo, here's a camera, let's try to figure out how to use it?
Let's figure out how to use it.
Okay.
So he didn't come to me serious about it because he wanted me to focus on the music stuff. But at the same time, I was kind of eager because once I got a taste of looking at what's in the lens, I said, let me try to do something.
Yeah.
So we started doing our own videos, you know, doing a little something. And I promise you, man, the past footage, I hope it's burnt on YouTube, but I know somebody might go look for it. It won't trash. It was acceptable for us.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Around what year was this?
This was like, 2011.
Okay.
2011 or 2013, something like that.
Okay.
But 2011 or 2013 for those that didn't. But to make a long story short, we ended up finishing the music, and then once we finished the music and whatnot, I kind of like got tired of hitting the road and everything. It was going places, but things was falling off, and then real life started kicking in. So we had to actually make adjustments. Yeah. So he wanted to do, you know, video for everybody that was here in Virginia. It's like a big music box. So we put our heads together on that. Like, yo, that might be good, because that's considering to what we doing and the music and all that and everything. So I'm good with that. So he came back to me and said, yo, I talked to Trevor Lucas. There was a guy named Trevor Lucas. G4. Yeah. Everybody know who he is. If not, look him up. But good spirit dude. From the moment on we introduced ourselves and whatnot, the brotherhood was already there. Yeah. So Pernell said, I got a better idea. Instead of doing music, let's go ahead and do something for the neighborhood, because it's ideally that there is something good going on out there. And what we coming up from, everybody just look at it like, I ain't going there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All the pops, Tower the Pop, Young Pop. Anything that end with pop. Yeah. Everybody got a second guess on going. But shout out to everybody, because they don't know the backstory is that it's love everywhere out there. You understand? True. Go to a cellar party, you'll get what I'm talking about. But when we got into doing that, we felt a little confident on going full fledged and doing a video. Actual television show. So now that Sony need to be broken into, you know, multiple cameras. So we invested that and ended up buying, you know, my first Canon camera. Oh man, which was a 7D, Canon 7D. Yes. I got that thing, man, and he gave me the the programs to work on it and whatnot as far as editing and stuff. Started working on it full fledged. Went head first in it, and then we did good for the first season. Then it ended up transpiring to doing the C1, so we was showing growth in our equipment as we was going. Right. So the name got around, got pretty popular and whatnot here in 7 cities and whatnot. People initially, we got some buzz and we wanted to introduce it to the news, saying, yo, we got a seg that we can go and put on channel 11, like channel 10, channel 3.
Actually put it out on TV.
Sad to say, surprisingly, I ain't gonna say all the numbers. I know we went to a couple of channels, but they literally had the same conversation. The conversation was, if it ain't bad news coming out those neighborhoods, it ain't good news that we can put on. Yeah. So that really stung with us, and we was like, yo, instead of us actually trying to put a segment on it, let's make it a full-length show, put it a full-length show and whatnot, and we just put it online, and we actually got, you know, buzz on Sky 4. Shout out to them giving us the opportunity to put it out in the region. And we went on from there, man. And it's funny because before we did it, we've seen a lot of people that's actually invested in themselves as businessmen and businesswomen.
Yeah.
But everybody was like separated. Like they had their own little clique. They was clicking.
I mean, that's the area in general, though.
Honestly, that's true.
Yeah.
But when we stepped in and started showing that it's opportunities to stick together and make things happen. And shout out to people, all these mastermind setups that when we put the video show to the back burner, everybody's asking like, where is it? Where is it? But at the same time, they're producing with people that we introduce them with.
Yeah.
We having little funnel business parties and whatnot, and they're getting big on that. But they say the less. Let's get back to the video and the likes of the video and whatnot. Everything I was learning in the process of doing a television show, doing music videos for ourselves, and actually taking it out there and getting coverage of ourselves on the road and whatnot. I've been learning, understanding what the dynamics of working with the camera.
Okay.
So I didn't take it creatively until I got to the point of doing photography with it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And photography introduced me to a whole new range of lighting and stuff like that. So I'm like, yo, I love how I can really set up a shoot and whatnot.
Okay.
So I took it upon myself in doing that.
Okay. So
shout out to Jeff Simon too. He the one that helped me out with that flash thing.
Oh yeah, that flash is a whole different.
Yeah, that's a whole nother monster
by itself. So all right. So when you first started, what was probably the first? What was the first gig that you had that you felt like you was on the right path?
Okay.
Outside of the video show.
Outside of the video show, I got paid for. It's funny.
And
it was a wedding I did, and I was playing as a hybrid creator, meaning the fact I did photography and video at the same damn time.
I don't know how you did that,
bro. And you're right. I don't know how I did it myself. I think it was how I got them on lemonade from Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
But I just know for a fact that I got the job done. But I say it was medium. But yet when I saw what I got paid for and then I actually seen the work that I put out and whatnot, I felt good about it. Like it overwhelmed me to say, yo, try it again. But it wasn't gonna be you
tried the whole thing again?
No, I ain't do the whole thing again. I did it one time. And shout out to those that gave me an opportunity to do it too. But I ended up start taking video kind of serious on trying to find some profit in it and whatnot. I did music videos for my brother and whatnot. Once I did that, people was like, yo, I like what you did with that video. Can you do something for this video? And I ended up doing videos and whatnot for a short period of time. And I always carried this thing about being, at peace on creating with people instead of just going and chasing it for the money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted to pick and choose because I really feel like I give you my 100% if it's something I'm really into.
Yeah.
I don't want to just give you something you like, yo, I want to do this for X amount of dollars. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And then that's me chasing the money and my mind and my heart not in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's one thing that got me into it one night was that wedding.
Okay.
Yeah.
So starting out, I feel like all of us, we have a moment where we put ourselves in bad situations, but those situations are vital because we learn the most.
Yes.
So what was
the fails is never a loss. Yeah. It's a lesson.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But describe a situation where during the moment you felt like you was taking a L, but you really learned a lesson. What was that lesson you learned?
Oh, it's funny you said that. That's like, understand the logic of the business. Understand the lingo in the business, meaning the fact of know where you are, be on the same page. And in order to get those things, you got to communicate with your client. I mean, crystal clear. You got to get it UHD, not
no
just
gray
HD.
area.
No gray area.
No gray area.
Because once they work in that gray area, you're giving them room to take advantage of, the opportunity that you solely own and whatnot. And they might just gave you a misconception on it.
Yeah.
Mislead you into something, and then you might like, dang, I ain't know I was.
Yeah. Yeah.
So get your business straight. Get a crystal clear understanding on where you want to be.
So have the contracts in place.
Yes, have those paperworks in place. I can't stress that enough. Get a carbon copy, goddamn.
Yeah.
Get a carbon copy. You gotta have Gotta have your you gotta dot your I's and cross your T's.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
most definitely.
Okay. So, as far as contracts, let's stay on this for 1 second.
All right, go for it.
And contracts, what do you feel like? This is for people who are starting out, who maybe are in their first year and they're just now trying to get into like setting up their contracts. What are things that you feel like people either forget to put in contracts, maybe like 2 or 3 things, or things that people need to make sure is included in contracts?
Keep it basic. The job at hand, how much you're getting paid for, and what's your title into it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
What's your entitlement? Keep it basic. Don't go too crazy. As the time go, you're giving you room to actually learn as you grow.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I really feel like you can't have like you say, you can't have all your I's dotted and all your T's crossed on the first, attempts of doing it.
Yeah.
But as you get into it, make yourself a checklist. Make yourself a checklist of things that you didn't cover and the advantages you've been taken care of. And when you go back to the table and revisit, if you happen to have that recurring client and whatnot, have these somewhat demands on the table, and then compromise from there. But from that point on, you should know, like, okay, then I got my stepping stone in order now. Now I can actually make my steps to success the proper way.
Right.
A lot of people like getting taken advantage, and then on the top of that, they just don't mind getting slapped in the face again.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, and to piggyback off what you said, because I had those same problems as well. What you said was absolutely correct, but I would suggest to actually lay those things out a little bit more in detail, because people will take advantage. If you say, all right, well, we're shooting, on such and such date, how many hours are you shooting?
Yeah.
Like, what are you actually doing? Are you picking the location? Because people will say, all right, we're shooting on Tuesday, but then you realize that you're out there for 8 hours when you really feel like you should only be out there for 3 hours.
3 hours. Yeah, exactly. I'm with you on that.
Say, lay it out there like, all right, we're shooting for 4 hours. Anything above that, there's an additional cost. So that makes sure people are on their shit when it comes to actually shooting. Right. Also with deliverables, I would say to make sure that you put up there exactly what people are getting as far as the length of the video, how many videos they're getting, and then you can say anything above that is of my discretion. It's something that I want to give. If it's a clip up there that I thought would be dope, that's what I'm giving you. Yeah. But anything, above that, if you want something above that, then,
all minimum numbers on your end.
Yeah.
Like, I'm giving you my minimum here, but if it's something that I feel like it need to be a little bit more, I'm going to take it from my heart to actually invest in this.
But if it's something that you as a client wants to, make sure that you get, then there's an additional cost for that. I got screwed over a couple times because I was just giving out, mad content to people. And it was like, yo, this is taking up a lot of my time, and you only paid me for this one particular video. Yep. So those are things I just want to make sure that people are aware of when it comes time to setting up their contracts.
Yeah. And they always say, under promise, over deliver and stuff like that. But at the same time, too, you got to know the value of your time. Right. So it is a thin silver lining there.
And don't have people talk you into over delivering.
That's
people would definitely do that.
Yeah.
People would definitely do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so quick question for you. I know we're here for me to ask you questions. So
let's shoot, man.
Yeah. So I believe in the phrase, you got to spend money to make money. What has been...
My phrase on that is invest in yourself to get the best of yourself.
Okay, I like that too.
But go ahead, though.
I like that too. So what has been the purchase that you've made that has led to the biggest return or the best return?
Education.
People, William Carl said that before you got here too.
Okay.
Let's make it more tangible.
Okay.
Equipment wise or product wise, whatever. But let's make it a tangible thing.
What is something? This. My biggest, not my biggest purchase, but my best purchasing, if you want to say equipment wise, tangible wise, well, honestly, would be lighting. Like your lighting setup. And I'm a cinematographer now. So if I look good, and also audio equipment too. If I look good and it sound good, I don't care what freaking camera you use, it's gonna be hard to resist the project.
True.
it's gonna be very hard to resist the project. You know what I'm saying?
Because you pretty much need lighting and sound for everything.
Yes, most definitely, man. And that's the thing. Those two things you can invest in. If you invest in those two, you will get the best out of your project if you use them right. You know what I mean? Some people, like I say, the education is first.
Yeah.
That's my biggest investment because I'm constantly, if it's a class and I'm a sucker for classes.
Right.
I love to soak up the energy. And YouTube is cool, but you got to get those skill shares. By the way, if you want to get skill share, check it out.
Shout out promo code.
promo code KAP. Made by KAP. But you get 10% off, but that's later down the line. But if you do got the right lighting and the right mindset of sound design and whatnot, you can carry things a lot further than, just something that's put together, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Because I've seen it, I've witnessed it. Recently, like, I know when this come out, this and so forth, I can say that it's already out. It's a joint called Dreamer I did. You went out and shot it, but when we shot it, it wasn't nothing in that dialogue that was basically outside. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was all
so I had to build that sound. You know what I'm saying? So when I did that, it was everybody was rave reviewed on, damn, I like how that sound, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Didn't care about the visual, but just like the sound of it. And I'm like, yo, that's what's needed. And I ain't used no lights in that video for the record too. No lights. I did all natural lights. All natural. All window. That was all window and outside, obviously.
Yeah. Okay.
That's God's work right there.
Okay. So when it comes down to equipment for audio and sound, what are some equipment that you would recommend?
Audio sound?
Audio, yeah, we can start with audio.
Get yourself so you can be hybrid on interviews, documentaries, and film. Get yourself a set of lavalier mics, wireless lavalier mics. I think I deal with Rhodes. I mean, synthesizers. I got synthesizers, and I got them from like the production, broadcast production. So I went straight in. We all went investing in heavy on that. But if you're looking for a shotgun mic and whatnot, you vlogging, get yourself a Rode. You can get the mini one. My man shot some behind the scenes footage for me in this previous project I've done. And he used a small joint. I thought it was going to be like, kind of airy, but that joint was dead on that subject.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was really amazed. So I'm going to have to invest in one too. I ain't got one. I got to get one.
You got to get you one, man.
I'm saying, you know what I mean?
Definitely got to get you
I'm
one.
going to use the 10% off on this.
My Amazon page.
Yeah, on Amazon page. Yeah. But I just got my hand on this boom. It was a Rode. The NTG 4 Plus.
Okay.
It's a phantom power type mic. Condensed boom mic. Yeah. That jank bring life.
Crispy.
Yes.
I know it's crispy.
Yes, man. If it's right in your face, hey, that junk gonna give you everything.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right. Lighting wise, what would you recommend? If somebody's starting out their lighting kit.
Godox. Go to Godox. Hey, they real great. They great lightings.
We're actually using one right now.
Oh yeah, matter of fact, we are. Godox 160, right? That's a 160.
Yep.
Get those. Get a couple of those. If you need some hair lights and stuff, get Falcon Eyes, F7. Yeah, my man, you doing on the low though. They gonna be sending them something free real soon.
Yeah. I'm trying to. I need to get me like 2 more of these Godox lights, actually.
But if you seriously invest in yourself and whatnot, and you say, yo, I want to get me a nice key light, a big key light design, get yourself an aperture. Invest in one. 300X will be ideal, so you can maintain the back color and whatnot from tungsten to cool. You ain't got to go heavy like the Novas and all that stuff, unless you got the money to show for it.
Okay.
But there's some things out there that you can get and whatnot that actually can mimic or be a lot better than them Novas.
Okay. So
yeah.
All right. So recently, you've been doing a lot of great work when it comes to music videos, right?
Well, thank you, sir. Yeah.
I've been on set for a couple of these projects, and they've been coming out crazy.
Yeah, man.
So when it comes down to like creating the visuals for these music videos, are you normally thinking? Like, what is your process for putting together these treatments, or just creating something a little bit outside of norm? Because your videos are completely outside of your norm than your regular rap videos where people on the porch toting guns, got everybody behind them. So, what is your thought process when you actually go into the treatment, or to actually getting on set and start creating?
Actually, like I say from the gate, it's something I have to really be into because I can put my heart and mind to it. My creative process comes from being inspired. Like, it's a couple of directors I follow, like solely because of their work and whatnot. I even give them credit. They hit me back into maybe a couple. Be amazed who hit you back when you actually reach out. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I just be solely inspired by their work and whatnot, and not even trying to mimic their flow, but basically go and actually be creative, knowing that that's my starting point. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say I'm trying to get better than them, because everybody's mindset is to be better in their own. True. You know what I mean? But that's my thing. I look at music videos. I actually soak myself into those elements before I even, even make an attempt to do something. When somebody give me a song or something and I like it, I hit them back. If it's something I don't like, I'm not gonna hit you back. I'm sorry. But for the people that do that, don't take it personal. Shout out to my mind and not my heart. But in the likes of all that, man, I really feel that if I can create something, I'm gonna go that extra mile. Even though we may sit down with a treatment in front of us and it's like, yo, y'all love this. I'm gonna make sure y'all really love the experience and the output of what I bring to the table. Right. It ain't gonna be just straight cookie cutter. This is gonna be it. This is gonna be it. This is gonna be it. Once I get with you, and then we start getting the element of creating and whatnot, I make sure that it be the best freaking experience that you ever had. And I'm trying to give you the results and the numbers and whatnot from the creative work that I've give to you. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So. Okay.
So what do you feel like? Let me ask the right question.
No, go ahead, man. We had two ferns, for God's sake.
You about right. So, as far as you actually creating music videos, what do you feel like is necessary for creators when it comes to creating a dope music video? To me, I feel like not your cheat sheet, but what you kill at is that you have a very intense treatment with the shots that you want to get. Your shot list is also very intense. You have all that. And I just feel like you just come out there with a great personality and ready to kind of tackle. You don't let stuff get to you. And you just ready to roll. Yeah. So what do you feel like for other creators maybe starting out in music videos is vital to have a successful production?
You there for that client. Leave your ego at the door. Come in and spearhead everything that you got on that paper. And if you got room to provide more, give it. Okay. Because like you say, I'm well focused. I'm kind of like, something clicks in my head when it's go time. Something click, like it has to be done. Yeah. That's the 3 words that go across my head. It has to be done. Right. And then once I get it, don't be afraid to show, your work off on the camera and whatnot. And maybe something they be like, I don't know. Once that come out, you ain't do good of a job. Yeah. You there for that client at the end of the day. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you can't half-ass. And especially if you was there for yourself. You can't half-ass yourself. Right. So what type of investment you can put in? You know what I mean? So I really feel that that's the ideal thing. My mind side just clicked on it has to be done. Okay. All right, cool. Let's get into, all right, you as a creative, if you look back in the last 10 years to the version of you 10 years ago, what advice would you give yourself as far as creating? I know I'm at the extreme, but I'm going to still tell myself 10 years ago, push a little harder. Okay. Because I really feel that if I did push myself a little harder in the mindset, I think that my mind would be built to be a little more aggressive on letting people know what I do and how I do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Again, I'm a conservative guy. You know what I mean? And I just feel that if I say go a little harder, I would have been built to be okay. My name would be kind of stationed
right.
from Virginia. You know what I mean? Being the creator I am. So.
Okay. I like that answer, good sir.
No doubt.
All right. Cut this part out.
No, nah, nigga, cut the lines out. Nigga, cut the line out. I'm gonna cut this bar off right quick.
I'm gonna cut this part out. All right. So, like I said, this whole series is just about empowering creatives that are coming up. So,
yeah.
For anybody who wants to be a cinematographer,
yes.
What do you feel like is the blueprint to success? And when I say that, I mean like I want you to give me like 3 things that you feel like is vital to be a successful cinematographer. Mm-hmm. And people normally give me like the just work and get your education and all this stuff. I want like tangible things.
Okay.
Give me the tangible things that if you give this blueprint to any cinematographer or any aspiring cinematographer, they'll be somewhat successful. So what are those 3 things that is the blueprint to success for a cinematographer? Get
out your head. Stay in the mindset of being critiqued.
Mm-hmm.
Have a tenacity attitude on getting the job done.
Okay.
Some people do half-ass. You feel what I'm saying? That's 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My 3rd one is, yes, it is understanding your position. Don't put yourself in everyone's shoes, because that give you more room to focus on the job in hand.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And my honorable mention.
Give me something that's not mindset wise.
Honorable mention, I would say my honorable mention is go invest in, your education. Never stop learning on that, soak it up.
Okay.
But something that mindset wise.
Because I don't want people to see this like, oh, I got that already, even though they probably don't got it. But
yeah,
like for me, I'll give you a chance. I'll give you a chance to think. But I feel like to me, a cinematographer blueprint would be outside of just mindset. If you feel like your mind is strong enough to handle all the rigors of working for yourself and being a creative, I feel like the thing that you need to understand is blueprint is, even though you're a creative, the work that you're not in, people aren't coming to you for a creative.
Right.
They're coming to you because they want, consistent output of content. Mm-hmm. Or they want, you to kind of tell their story, but they're not really coming to you for creative work. Or they could be coming to you just to get more eyes on what they have going on. So I feel like as a creative, you have to kind of take the creative element out of certain parts of the work that you do. And I feel like you also have to not be afraid to market exactly what you do to people. Like let people know exactly what you do. So you can actually go after it. And another thing I would say as well is find a niche. A niche will actually help you get better quickly at what you're trying to do. So if you say, hey, I want to be do music videos, but if you do baby showers, if you do commercials, if you do weddings, that's not going to help you become better at doing music videos. Yeah. So the more you focus on one particular thing, it's going to allow you to get even stronger at doing that one particular thing.
Exactly.
So yeah, those are the things that I would tell people who are trying to be cinematographers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would say this too. Be a people's person. Your experience start off with your character as a person in hand.
Yeah.
Women and men. There's some mean cinematographers out there, female cinematographers and men cinematographers, and they might not have the people skills to stay in the realms of working with their client.
Yeah.
And pretty much use the barrier of the director or somebody else to be the wall. You know what I'm saying? And take care of all that people stuff.
Yeah.
But be the people's person, because that gets you, that's the meat and potatoes of a successful shoot.
True. Man, you've been on sets and people like, yo, I love working with KAP. And I'm like, but I'm here too.
Go ahead.
But I realize that you're a people person. I'm like, I'm just here to I'm trying to get out all.
Get it done.
I got a list of a long list of things that need to be done to get this shoot accomplished.
Right.
And my mind is on that. Like, I'm not gonna be an ass or a dick while I'm up there, but I'm like, all right, well, I got this long list of things that need to be done.
Correct.
So let's get to it. Like,
yeah.
we ain't here to kind of lollygag. I got a list of like mile high that we got to knock out. So that's where I realized that you have the upper hand. Like, that's like one of your secret powers right there. Is
appreciate it, brother.
You're a hell of a people person. I'd be like, yeah.
You want it this way? Hold on.
Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this so we get to the next one. So, because I got somewhere to be at 3 o'clock. So
right.
We got to get to this. So I would definitely say that's definitely a secret power right there.
That's what's up. All
right, cool. So before we wrap this up, what is a social media? Or let's think about 1 second.
Let's backtrack on that because I want to talk more about social media, man.
Let's go ahead. What you got?
Now, my flaw is some inconsistency of being in the social media world. But again, I don't have no excuse for that. But I really think that's today's age of, making yourself, giving you that recognition. You know what I'm saying? That's your flyer. That's your business card, if I may say anything. But I really feel like if I can tell the world anything today, strongly advise you to actually use, let me tell you this, use your social platforms as the tool other than consuming what the platform gives you. You understand what I'm saying? So always don't put yourself in that position of comparison, because once you get in that mindset of comparison and whatnot, you want to keep up with the world when the mindset is that you're supposed to have the world keep up with you.
Yeah.
Now, I have my fair shares of faults, and there's been plenty of times like, yo, man, I'm about to get out here and do about a week's worth of work, and you get number one picture that week. And the likes of that too as well is like, I need to stay consistent, but yet I need to have that consistent base to actually show what I am working for. You know what I'm saying? So it can promote and get the clients what I need out of this situation, instead of just doing, like you say, it's something. Turn this upside down, because I like to. I be thinking about it. But I have to give them what I'm good at, other than just giving them everything I have, like what I'm showing off and stuff. I feel like a boaster in this sense. So I want to get into the mindset of having more behind the scenes. So it's more business need to be allowed to do that, and then it's in the realm of what I love to do. Not me going out and do, get a couple of events, shoot them, and then show off that I'm doing that. Then I'm gonna be 90% of the time there's gonna be some eventers be like, yo, I like what you did with that.
Right.
So that's gonna keep me in that. So like you said, I appreciate how you say find your niche, and then once you find your niche, you show nothing but that, so you can get better in that direction.
True.
So that's one thing. And YouTube, we all have that dream of getting the million subscribers, be the Peter fucking McKinnon, like everybody else wanted to be and whatnot. And I credit you on your YouTube, man. Like, you basically
you're definitely up there a lot.
Yeah, of course. Because it's like the closest Peter McKinnon I got right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I respect not only your mindset and how your tenacity is about priding yourself. Being in that taking that direction. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm gonna make sure. And there's been times I call you like, yo, what's up there, brother? And I'm saying, editing something, it's gonna be out in the next 2 days. I'm like, man, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I put my mindset into the comparison stage, looking at what you're doing, there's just a prime example of what I spoke earlier. And then I'd be like, damn, I gotta outdo this. I'm looking in a competitive mindset other than coming to you on a genuine base. You know what I'm saying? So those things that I take heed to, and as far as me being a person with the tools to work with, I just got to be more consistent with it. And I'm in the process of doing that as we speak.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? One of the questions I had, like I said, this is probably my last question before we wrap this up.
Okay.
So over the past year, I feel like us and just our group has kind of grown together creatively.
Most definitely.
So what I've learned a lot just by learning how to work with other people more or better, as well as it's important to build not just a creative brotherhood, but just a brotherhood just amongst men in general. Where it's vital to, growth and just building yourself up. So what do you feel like you've kind of, learned, or things that you've picked up over these past year or two, or whatever, just of life, working, all that stuff?
Well, I would say this. Well, I know in light of the time we've been together and whatnot, and everybody around us, I've learned how stick to my shot, get in the way of everything in order to get it.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about, my dude. And also be stern on knowing what I want, far as planning out my number. You know what I mean? And I've learned that with quite a few prospects in this creative world, but that's one thing I was real big on, being around my team, is not be afraid to. I don't want to be feeling some type of way of asking certain questions that the world would try to keep to themselves.
Right.
And I can ask them, and they can just come out and say, "Yo, you should do this in order for this to happen."
Yeah.
Charge this amount.
Right.
And I take that seed and I grow with it. You know what I mean? So that's been a real help with me in being stern on my number, my price, and actually just understanding the fact of collaborating. Like, it's real big. A lot of us as creators and whatnot like to get in our own little corners and think that we can do it ourselves, when it takes a team to actually show that, express that. So I'm real big on that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's it, man. If it's not for me, like, this is another like disclaimer on things too. If this is not for me, it won't present itself.
Yeah.
Meaning the fact of, it's been numerous of times I've put the invitation out to a whole bunch of people. You know what I'm saying? I think I just do like a spam, but the difference is, instead of doing a Gmail, I come knock on your door and say, "Hey, how you doing?" This, that, and so forth. When people take the invitation, it's meaningful. It's something that's going to happen. But if it don't and whatnot, I know it won't meant for me.
Right. I got you. Okay. Yeah. But it's been a great conversation, man.
Hey, man, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure for you to have me. And that's Jacob Hat Jones.
Yeah. So let people know where they can find you at, all that good stuff, any new projects you got coming out.
Okay. If you want to catch up with my latest and whatnot, everything and anything is going to be on Instagram, also my YouTube, Made by KAP. You can just type that into Google, Made by KAP, and it should drum up all my creative work and whatnot that I've done recently, you know what I'm saying? And actually, if you don't know that, Nate Brown on Facebook. Yeah, man, just check me out on those platforms and whatnot. I'm not a hard guy to find, and I'm not a hard guy to talk to. So if there's anything that y'all need as far as questioning and stuff like that, how this and this, that, don't boggle your brain. I'm a helping hand. You can reach out, and I'll be sure to try to get back in contact with you and see if we can go further from there. But other than that, that's where I'm at, man. Keep it simple. Made by KAP, KAP.
All right, cool.
Appreciate you, Sean.
No problem, brother. No problem. So once again, this has been another episode of Interviews with a Rebel. So if you like this video, make sure you comment, like, subscribe to, everywhere. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all this good stuff. So
do those things.
Yeah, do those things.